Hi everyone, it's Attorney Aaron from Indiana. I've got a new video for you. Let's get started.
All right. I was in the Zoom thing trying to get in, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna drive up there because I don't trust it, so.
Well,
Otherwise,
Mr. Dow, I'm going to be honest with you. I've chosen to keep yours to the end because it is extremely problematic for me. And at this point, I don't know what I'm going to do. We have had, it's just been so difficult to get you on track.
I was on track, Your Honor. I was on track just fine. I was going to class, I was going to meetings every week. I was paying like I was supposed to pay. I just paid for a $65 one-on-one to start working on my letter. So I was on track. When I went in to have my one-on-one with Mr. Merriman, he just seemed a little different that day. I mean, I've been seeing the man for quite a long time. He just seemed a little different to me. So I started to explain to him, because he asked me about how come I seem like I'm on edge all the time when I come to the classes each week. And I said, well, it's very emotional for me, and it has been for a long time. I started to explain to him what my mindset is and why I feel that way when I come to class. So him and I could try to narrow it down and make me have a different attitude. And that's all I was trying to do. And he says, well, are you going to participate? And I said, well, Caleb, I am participating. I got my notebook. I got 40 journals. You're only supposed to do one a week, and I got like 40. And I'm way ahead on journals and stuff. I'm working in the book. That's $50. It's $145. I paid a lot of money to get in that I didn't have. And so luckily my mother's helped me, but I got 23 classes in. I need 29 to make 52. I've been trying to find another domestic violence class from your list. It was very short. One they don't do anymore, and then this one said he terminated me. So I don't know.
You're in a domestic violence class where the conflict with the counselor escalates to the point that he's calling 911.
Oh, let me explain that if you don't mind. So he's got a little lip in his office where you step up or down depending on which way you're going in or out. I was sitting down. I wear a brace. Okay. I have drop foot. So if I don't have this brace on, I can fall. Right. So anyway, I'm sitting down, and when him and I started having the issues of me getting terminated, I was like, hey, wait a minute. So I got up and I started to leave. Well, not realizing the lip was there, I about fell. I caught my foot on it and I stumbled out into the hallway or the waiting area. And he ran out behind me, yelling about me to get out of there. And I said, well, hold on. I tried to explain what just happened. I almost fell. So it's a wooden floor. And when I almost fell, I tried to catch myself. I'm not small. So it said, badoom, badoom with my feet, right? So I don't know. Anyway, I went out to the office to explain what was going on and to see what we could arrange for what the financial issue is here, because he said it was a financial issue and I didn't owe him any money. And so what are you talking about? And victim blaming? I wasn't victim blaming, Your Honor.
Here's the problem with this defendant and what's getting ready to blow up, in my opinion, is that he does not take any responsibility for any of his actions. It's all excuses and what other people are doing to not address his problems and see things his way. I have a feeling the judge is getting ready to burst, and so we'll see what happens, but I think that's where we're going here.
I was just explaining to him how I've come into this attitude.
Hold on. So clearly I can get the 911 call where he says you're yelling in the background. Okay.
It's not as dramatic as Mr. Merriman's making it out to be. When I stumbled out into the hallway and almost fell on my face, that's when he got really excited and ran out, and he started yelling at me. I was already clear over to the window.
I'm not gonna, you've been kicked out of treatment.
Exactly. And all I want to do is go back in and finish it. I was ready
Well,
to start
you're
writing
not
my
going
letter.
back there.
I know that. So after that, he sends me a letter and asks me for an evaluation of the class and how all that stuff went and what happened and everything. I said, well, I mean, that's kind of silly to answer that. We know how that went.
Are you
But
still doing your treatment at Columbia River?
absolutely, every week. In fact, I'm going over to the main office to start an anger management class on top of it. I've been referred to by my counselor or my therapist, Kate, at Columbia River. Columbia River and Hazelville don't do the in-person stuff anymore because they don't have the staff. So they've been doing a lot of by phone stuff. And
The
so
last stuff that I have from them is
I just talked to him yesterday. I meet with her for an hour every day with Kate. Her name is Kate.
why is there never any documentation? Because
I-
hold on. You meet with her every day. Every day.
Every day,
That's what you're telling me.
every week.
Okay, you meet with her every week.
Uh-huh.
And you know you have court coming up.
Uh-huh.
And you know you've been 86th from your
Yep.
DV treatment.
Yep.
Yet you don't ask her or get a letter from her.
I have
that
already
says what
filled
you're
out a
doing.
release of information. They've been sharing
You, my
information.
friend, how many times have we had the same conversation about them not providing documentation?
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to
It's
do. to
always
get this
somebody
done.
else's fault, Mr. Dow.
That's not.
It's
true.
always
That's
someone else's
absolutely
fault
not
with you.
true. Absolutely.
It is
not true.
100%. We have records. Every time you come here, it's somebody else's fault.
That's not true. I've never blamed anybody for anything else I've done. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm the one who's in trouble here. I'm the one facing.
Then why are there
What I'm
no
telling you is
documents?
I can't. Your
You
Honor,
raise your
sorry.
mouth. I'm talking. I'm talking. Every time you come to court, I ask you for documentation.
Mhm.
Why is there no documentation from your mental health treatment?
Because I signed a release of information to them.
We've
They said
gone
that's what
over
we
this.
share.
We've
I
gone over
don't
this.
ask them because I've shared, they're supposed to be sharing information with you, Your Honor.
It's their fault?
No,
Is that-
no.
Whose fault? Whose fault then?
Obviously, it's my fault because I didn't
Yep.
follow up.
Because every time you come
I
here, we
didn't
do the
follow up
same
and I
dance,
apologize
Mr.
for
Dow.
that. But what I'm saying is, what do you call it? Better way, they share information just fine. So I didn't understand why they're not getting.
Mr. Dow, we've had the same conversation about Columbia River Mental Health now for months
I
and months
understand
and months.
I'm
And every
changing all
time-
that. I'm going to the
And
main
every
office. now.
time I tell you, they have not provided information.
It's-
I've told you they have a history of not providing information.
Okay.
You see them every week. You know you're coming to court.
Your Honor, I don't see them. It's
If you
telephone.
interrupt me again, you know you're coming to court. You've had this court date set
Yes,
for months now,
yes, I have.
for
I-
months.
I'm not doubting that.
You
I don't-
saw her every week. And anytime you can get a letter from the treatment provider that says what you're doing.
Okay. That's true. I can get information from them.
I didn't ask you to speak.
Okay.
You know you're coming to court. You know that they have a history of not providing documentation. Why are you not getting a letter?
Okay.
You're there every week. 4 times a month, you can get a letter. You could have got a letter from me in February. You could have got a letter from me in March. You could have got a letter from me in April. You didn't do any of that.
My fault.
Again, not asking you to speak. Laying out the fact you're terminated from one program, I have no documentation in the other, and every time I ask you for a straight answer, the finger points at somebody else. The counselor, the provider, I've signed a release of information. Your accountability level is staggeringly low.
Okay.
Staggeringly low. We have, in the year and a half I've been out here, we have gone through the issues with your medical situation. We've gone through the issues of not being able to comply with things. We've gone through the financial information. I don't know what to do, Mr. Dow. Because every 3 months, I ask for 2 things. Letter from your mental health provider, and for you to stay in the programs that you agreed to participate in. You got kicked out of one, and I got no paperwork for the other. That is 0. That is nothing. The only thing you've not done is gone out and gotten new criminal charges. I appreciate that. I want you to have a seat because I don't want to make a decision from a place of anger. That's not fair to you.
Okay.
But I need to relax here for a second.
Very great move on the judge here, taking a break and moving on to some other clients or defendants and coming back to this defendant to make sure he has a calm decision and doesn't make a rash decision. Very smart move on the judge here, but is very concerned about the defendant not taking responsibility for his part in all this. So we'll see how it fleshes out here in a second, I guess.
All right, just make my next move. So sit down.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And when you're ready, Your Honor, could the city give input on this case? Not right now, when you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take another minute,
Understood. Understood.
just because I just can't retread the same things month after month. Okay, yes. Okay, we'll take a quick break for the clerks.
All right.
Bringing in Mr. Brown, or trying to bring in Mr. Brown. All right, Mr. Dow, come on up.
There has been 2 or 3 other defendants that have went before the judge, and it's been minutes, quite a bit of time's elapsed since the last time he's talked to Mr. Dow. So this is bringing Mr. Dow back up before the judge.
So, Mr. Dow, I'd like to think I'm a person that generally tries to maintain his temper. It's important for me to have decorum when I'm in court. And so I want to make sure that you understand the expectations for your future court dates.
Yes, sir.
I think that there is a certain subset of judges who would choose to take you into custody and to just be done with having you come out here.
I agree.
I don't want to. The buck stops with you. And what that means is we're not going to have any future court dates where you don't have documentation, whether you have to walk documentation in with you. You sat here for court, saw people bring paperwork in.
I did.
I don't disparage that whatsoever. But we're not going to have these meetings every 3 months where we act like it's the first time we're in court.
Right.
And we are just rudderless in terms of what we're doing.
I agree.
So I'm going to see you again in 2 months. I'm going to write in the return to court form the exact expectations.
Okay.
I think next time, if we again are doing this dance of whatever we want to call it, where I don't have documents, we're not in compliance, I am just going to throw my hands up and just be done with this. And being done with it means I just send you to Stevenson.
I know.
I know you have complicated health issues. I don't want to create more problems for you. But I also know that we just are going around and around and around, and I'm feeling like we're not getting anywhere. So I'm going to choose to not penalize you at this time. This is the last time, though, we're going to do this.
Much appreciated.
Well, judge has given him one more chance. Good for the defendant. I hope when he comes back, he has the paperwork the judge is asking for, and he does not interrupt the judge, and things go well for him. We'll see in time. See you next time.